Ooh, that's good, Commanders fans, and keep that same energy with B-Rob. And like I said before, I'm a supporter of Brian Robinson, so I actually disagree with trading him. But I did want to talk about this news that Mike Garafolo reported for tonight, and it was kind of going to be weird, or I guess awkward, as people say, if he would have been there playing or standing on the sideline. He's going to be on the sidelines too, and I know a lot of the cameras are going to be on him. I think last week he wore like a chain and sunglasses, which is what everybody does. But I remember somebody from the radio was like complaining about that, where there was some undertones to that. But back to B-Rob again, he's not going to be playing tonight. So that means Bill will be getting the first team reps most likely. And then you'll see McNichols sprinkled in, and Austin Eckler will probably catch a couple. I highly doubt Austin Eckler gets a carry tonight. McNichols will probably get a couple of carries, and then C-Rod will get a couple of carries as the third string guy. And then maybe Felton might get a couple of carries with Sam Hartman and Josh Johnson in, and maybe Casimir Allen might have you on the might get a carry tonight. But B-Rob will not be playing. So this is per Mike Garafolo. Let me see. Let me pull up the tweet that he tweeted out. He said, amid speculation about his future with the Commanders, running back Brian Robinson Jr. will not play tonight against the Bengals. Sources say is a mutual decision between B-Rob and the team. So B-Rob had a part in this, so he's done. Like I don't think we're gonna be able to trade him for anything. Honestly, I think he may be released before the 53-man roster, or he may be released before the Ravens game. Like I guess they'll give it a week to see if they can find a trade partner. I think some people said I said the Cowboys yesterday, but I don't want to trade within the NFC East again. I'm done with that. Somebody said the Bengals. Chase Brown is their RB1, and then there was another team that somebody pointed out to me yesterday that may need like a running back too. But even that, like you don't trade much of a pick for a running back two or for a RB2 or RB3. Like he would be a RB2 on another team. But like I said yesterday, like a lot of teams have drafted their guy. Like you look at the running backs they're drafting. Let me put up the running back list that was drafted this past season. Was so many running backs that went. You know, Ashton Genty, Amarion Hampton, Travion Henderson. You saw what he did to us last week. Like he's gonna be a dog. Caleb Johnson's a dog. Bayshell Tootin, Quinshawn Judkins, even Cam Scatabo. Like he's really I think he's gonna be pretty talented. I think he's gonna be solid. Devin Neal, RJ Harvey. Like there's so many good running backs that win this draft. Kyle Monangai for the Bears. The Bears are very high on Kyle Monangai. Ollie Gordon. Like there was Damian Martinez for the Seahawks. DJ Giddens. So many good running backs. Donovan Edwards from Michigan. Trevor Etienne. There were so many good running backs. Like this was the worst case scenario for like a free agent running back because this draft was so good. That's why Nick Chubb was available in August. That's why J.K. Dobbins was available in August. Like they were late pickups because everybody drafted a guy. Everybody drafted a guy that they wanted to really start, just like us. We drafted Bill. We really want him to start. And, you know, people are comparing this to Alfred Morris when he was a 6th round pick. He became the starter. You know, so I can see the comparisons there where you have a dual threat quarterback back in 2012. Of course, Jaden Daniels is better than RG3. But the whole point to me is that they just want more explosiveness at the running back position. I said this last year, like B-Rob's super solid, but he's not hitting home runs. Let me pull up the stats that I had yesterday too. He was like bottom 5 or bottom -5 in almost every position stat. Like out of all 32 running backs, he was like 35th in like most explosive runs, most forced tackles missed. He was like bottom 5 or ranked like 33rd or something like that, which is just inexcusable. Especially when you have a dual threat quarterback. I know everybody complains about the offensive line. Like that's the rebuttal when I always talk about B-Rob being middle tier or below middle tier. And there's actually some metrics that show we were top in like run block win rate last year. We were like top 5 in run block win rate last year as a offensive line. Forced missed tackles 33rd, which is bad. Like I said, out of 30, there's 32 teams, so there's 32 starting running backs, and he was past 32 for forced missed tackles, which is really bad. Explosive runs of 10 plus yards or more, he's ranked 25th, which is about bottom 10, bottom 7. It's just not good enough. It's just not good. He's a middle tier guy. He's solid. But like I said, if it were up to me, I would have kept him on the roster because we know what we're going to get from him. He's never eclipsed 800 rushing yards, which is inexcusable again. And he just can't. Weeks 1 through 8, he's really good. But once you hit week 8, he hits that wall. He has cement feet. He can barely move. He's as slow as a snail. Can't move. And his vision is just not good enough. It's just He's not hitting the right lanes now. Chris Russell went in on Brian Robinson this morning on the radio. I don't know how true that stuff is, but yes, he did show up finally in the game against the Lions. But before that, Chris Russell was like, yeah, they were very, very low on him, and just wasn't explosive enough and different things like that. But he said they had been out on Brian Robinson since down the stretch, especially since before the Detroit playoff game. They were not happy with his aggression, his timid reading of his keys getting uphill. And that's the crazy thing. Like, I never B-Rob and timid. Like, I think of B-Rob as a tough guy. He got shot on 8th Street. I know people corrected me the other day in front of Ben's Chili Bowl. He's always just been a tough runner. Even at Bama, too, he's been a tough physical runner. That's his play style. Trying to run people over. He's not going to make anybody miss. He's just going to, play off contact. That's his forte. That is his play style. That's his identity. He's not going to jump cut. He's not going to juke anybody. He's not going to make nobody miss in a phone booth. And when they had him returning punts, which is like B-Rob would be the worst punt returner ever because he has no wiggle to him. He's not going to make anybody miss. That was a side mission that the same thing they did to Jahan Dotson last year, where they had Jahan Dotson returning punts and he started pouting. Now, I don't know how B-Rob responded. I don't think B-Rob would pout about it or have bad body language. Like Brian Mitchell didn't call him out or anything like that, like he did Jahan Dotson last year. But the point is, like, when they do stuff like that, we know now with this regime, with Dan Quinn and Cliff and Adam Peters, if they have you returning punts when you normally don't return punts and you've been a starter for like 2-3 years, then that means you're on your way out. You're going to be traded or released. So he is going to be released. I know the camera is definitely going to show him a lot. They're going to pan to him. He probably will be wearing some sunglasses so they don't, look him in his eyes and see his reaction and stuff like that. But I am just intrigued to see what teams would be interested in Brian Robinson and his services. So, yeah, 5 trade fits for Brian Robinson on Rigo's Rag right now. They say, I think, somebody said the Colts, he could back up Jonathan Taylor. It doesn't really make any sense to me, though. Bears, Chargers. The Chargers drafted with Amari Hampton, right? So, I mean, he would be a backup to him. Cowboys, like I said, that too. So those are the teams that I feel like would definitely be suitors for B-Rob, for sure. But like I said, keep that same energy, man. Keep that same energy with B-Rob. He's posted and deleted tweets a couple times before, and this is it for him, man. This is it. I would have, like I said, I would have kept him for the last year. He's not making a lot of money, and it is tough to take this leap of faith on Bill already. Like, I like Bill a lot, but I definitely would have kept the veteran who he's going to give you 700 yards. He's going to give you 3 100-yard rushing games. He's going to give you 4 yards a carry. What he's going to do for the first couple of weeks. And just let Bill get his feet wet, but they just want Bill to hit the ground running. That's how much they believe in him. So it will be interesting to see how Bill goes out there week 1. Even tonight, too. Like, the Bengals defense is not good, though. So this is a good, training wheel test for him. He did a good job against the Pats last week, too. But this would be a good test for Bill for sure to start off. And the Giants' rush defense is not good in my opinion. Even though they did get Abdul Carter, their rush defense has not been good. Their rush defense was really bad last year. I don't think it's going to be improved this year, to be honest, either. So all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. As always, I wish B-Rob the best. I just hope we don't trade him within the NFC East or within the NFC. It probably will be like a John Ridgeway type of trade. And then the Bears, so they said the Chiefs too. They said the Chiefs too would be like a possible fit for for B-Rob. So I don't really see that either. The Bears don't really see that. I mean, Barry Bieniemy's over there, so he would probably like him. So that makes a little bit of sense there. But other than that, the Chargers have Najee Harris and Amari Hampton, so they got a couple of them. Najee Harris is injured. And the Cowboys makes the most sense, but like I said, I wouldn't trade them within the NFC East because the Cowboys just have a bunch of guys. They don't really have somebody that stands out. Like Javonte Williams is middle tier, Jaden Blue's a rookie, and then Miles Sanders is on the last leg of his career right now. So, but all right, you guys, as always. And then the autograph thing, like I said, my kids were not there. It was just me, guys. So I did end up getting autographs anyway. I got an autograph from Josh Connolly. This is Josh Connolly. Where's DP at? DP is Deron Payne. This is Deron Payne actually. DP is Deron Payne. I think Connerly's right here, 72. I think he wrote 72. And then Johnny Jerzon Newton is this one. And then shout out to my guy Gordon. I got this. He got a Pokemon card signed for me by Josh Connolly. So Those are autographs that I did get. But B-Rock, he did look me at my face, made eye contact, and kept it moving. So it is what it is on that. So, but like I said, I didn't put a hit on him or none of that, guys. I didn't pull out the black SUVs and all that. So, all right, you guys, as always, Heli Commanders. Peace.